Welcome to the channel and welcome back to the time of the Horus Heresy. It's Mechanicum versus Word Bearers. And so today on the channel we turn the clock back 10,000 years. This is the Viridia Forge. The Shadow War is raging. The Word Bearers are burning their way across the 500 worlds. And here on Viridia Forge, the House of the Dragon, which will later, in many thousands of years' time, be known as the Penitent Forge, have deployed their Legio Cybernetic cohort. And they're going to stand firm against the Word Bearers. As you can see, we've got a large open area on this side of the battle grid, and when we put the objectives down, there's only one out here in this kill box. And because I left this side nice and open, I packed in this area here. So this is going to be very dense city fighting, street to street, level by level. And we are playing the Horus Heresy game called War of Lies. The way that works is you get a point for slaying the warlord and you get a point for every single unit you kill. And then at the end of the game, he who controls the objective markers, you roll up and you can score nothing, you can score 1, 2 or 3 points, or you can even give points to your opponent if you get a 6, I believe. So in this War of Lies, these objectives may be worth a lot of points or nothing, or may concede points to your opponent. Which is very interesting. So you could be winning on the points for slaughtering your opponent and then lose points for holding on to these objectives. The rules for Horus Heresy are in forgeworld.com. For those who don't know, ForgeWorld is a subsidiary of Games Workshop and they make lots of Games Workshop products. And if you want to fight battles in the Age of Darkness, then go to ForgeWorld. That's where you'll see most of these models come from. And as I say, the rules for battles in the Age of Darkness are on the Forge World website as well. They're essentially the 7th edition rules. It's been a while since I've played 7th edition, so I may struggle a little bit in this game, but fortunately I've got a Horus Heresy hero with me, Plasma Sam. Say hi, Plasma Sam.
Hey, how's it going?
So thanks for coming down. You play a lot of Horus Heresy?
Yeah, I'd like to say I play a lot.
Yeah, and so when's the last time you played a Horus Heresy game?
Tuesday.
Tuesday, good, excellent, well done. And how much plasma have you brought with you today?
None, because it's not 8th edition.
None? None. So you might recognise Sam, and you might recognise the t-shirt. He's been on deploymentzone.tv quite a lot. If you want to check out deploymentzone.tv, we've got some more Winter's SEO battle reports on there, more Hammer battle reports on there. You've been fighting Liam from Warhammer quite a lot on deploymentzone.tv.
Quite a few times now, yeah.
And I saw your Word Bearers army and thought, I've got to crack that nugget. I've got to have a go. So I got in contact with Sam, and he graciously agreed to come all the way up here and have a scrap with me. So this is going to be very interesting. It's been a long time since I played Horus Heresy, as I mentioned. I think, am I deploying on this side? I'm on this side, right?
Yeah, I think
we're doing Dawn of War deployment. I'm deploying on this side. You're deploying on that side because you've got quite an aggressive army. It'll probably be coming at me. And I think that's about it. The battle mats from GameMat.eu. Do I need to mention anything else? Viridia Forge, War of Lies, Horus Heresy. I think we've covered everything.
Yeah, just about.
Okay, so let's go and check out these armies. Oh, 3,000 points. Should mention 3,000 points. This is just south of 3,000 points. This is a Legio Cybernetic Tagmata from the Mechanicum book. Legio Cybernetic means that my Cortex controller, and basically these robots here, they have to be within 12 inches of a Cortex controller or they can run off and start shooting and doing their own thing. But the range increases by 12 inches to 24 inches because of the HQs, in range of these HQs, because I have a Legio Cybernetic cohort. And the other thing is the robots also get +1 initiative. What that means though is if both of these HQs die, I give up an additional D3 victory points. Now there's 12 units here, so that's a potential for Sam to get 12 units. There's no command points, you'll notice, because that doesn't happen in Horus Heresy games. And no vehicles at all. I have a slow, ponderous, chunky list. I say slow and ponderous. The Voraks are quite nippy and they can outflank. And so can the... Damn, I've forgotten their name already. The Zaraks. The Uzurax can do this as well. They can jump in. They're quite nippy. So it's not as slow as it's sometimes. Mechanicum lists sometimes are. They can be deceptively fast. So this guy isn't my HQ. He's just a normal Magus Dominus with a Mastercrafted Servo Arm and a Rag Cleanser. This guy is my HQ. Now he's a tank. He's toughness 6 with a 2-up save, a 3-up invulnerable save. He's an Arch Magos Dominus with a Cyber Familiar, Machinator Array, Abiant, Mastercrafted, Power Axe. I know an Abiant can be a big throne that these guys ride around on, but it can also be a very subtle disc or a power pack from the Dark Age of technology. So clearly he's got a very small Abiant, which makes him move around all over the place. And that's important because Abiants give him it will not die, and also move through cover. Basically, he's got 5-up feel no pain. He'll recover wounds on a 5-up. He's got 4 wounds to get through and a toughness 6. He is a beast. You need to make your Archmagos Dominus a beast if you're bringing a Legio Cybernetic cohort, because as I said, if both of these guys die, as well as giving up a point for Slay the Warlord, because that's the thing in this game, no First Blood, no Line Breaker, but there is Slay the Warlord, as well as giving up a point for that, if both of these guys give up that extra D3 points. So I really, really don't want them to die. I've got 2 units of Ad Secularis Covenant. They're fearless. They've got a 6-up feel no pain because they've got Rite of Pure Thought. Some guys there here with the Laslox, these guys here with the Mitralox. So 2 big fearless blobs, which is nice. They're troops. The Thalax are troops. 2 of them have got photon thrusters as well. These are jump infantry, so they can jump, shoot, jump. They're troops. These 2 units of Castellax, they're troops. And one with more pattern bolt cannons. Those guys have got Darkfire cannons. And then in the heavy slot, I've got 2 Thanatars with their big, nasty siege mortars. These plasma things explode above the target and then rain down plasma death. Then you've got to re-roll cover saves from those plasmas. And I've given all of these units of robots here enhanced targeting. So basically their ballistic skill is a 2-up. They're hitting on a 2. And -1 to cover when they shoot at anything. And because they're robots, monstrous creatures, they're fearless. So, but these Thanatars, if they move, the range of their guns halves, essentially. They need to stand still. And then the Vorax also are monstrous creatures, fearless. I didn't have the points to give them the poison 4-up rounds, which is what people typically bring with them. So their guns are only strength 3. But each of them does shove out 8 shots, and there's 5 of them there. So that's 40 shots at strength 3. Only strength 3, but 40 shots. They should take out some infantry. But essentially they're quite quick and nippy, and they're there to block stuff. And they're there to outflank. They're there to be a nuisance. The real powerhouse in this list, though, is these 2 units of Uzurax here. Because each unit has got 4 fists and 2 claws. And they're base strength 5. And the power fists get them up to strength 10. So they are brutal when they punch stuff. But in a list which doesn't have that much anti-armor, there's no las cannons or melters or stuff like that. In a list that doesn't have that much anti-armor, sure, the Darkfire and the Siege Mortars can do some damage. But in this type of list, these guys tend to be used to crack open vehicles. You have to use them that way. Anyway, that's my list. Just south of 3,000 points, 0 command points. Mechanicum, Tagmata, the House of the Dragon. It's good to get these boys back on the channel. I've missed you guys. Right, this is just under 3,000 points worth of Word Bearers as well. Now, Word Bearers tactic is a what? What can they do?
You roll 3d6 from round checks and pick the 2 lowest. So you almost always fearless.
Almost always fearless. That's good. And a Rite of War is a thing in Horus Heresy. What Rite of War have you got?
I've not got a Rite of War with these guys.
Why? Why not?
I don't. There was none I liked.
There's none you liked. Okay, fair enough. And Sniper Tactical Squad, you were telling me, are no longer a thing anymore.
Yeah, so they removed the most recent FAQ. They've removed sniper vets from the game. Good,
because they were broken and stupid. So basically you're going to be 3d6 for morale, and you're probably not going to be running at any point. Word Bearers are famous for summoning demons and famous for their stuff with the warp, with their affiliation with demons. And you've got a couple of sorcerers here. So what am I looking at? Who's your warlord, etc.?
So the warlord is my Praetor Zeltire. I know it's the librarian model, but I like the Word Bearers. Praetor, he's a martial level 1 psycho, so he could easily be summoning a demon out of his arm.
Nice.
He's got a Paragon Blade.
Yep.
So he's got digital lasers, so that would give him 6 attacks on the charge.
Nice.
And he's also got a Common Bolter. It's not model, but that's how the model comes, so there's nothing I could do about that.
Yep.
Okay, to the left of him, you've got the Chaplain. So one of the sort of downsides of word bearers, you always have to take a secondary compulsory HQ. It must be either Chaplain or Centurion.
Okay.
But Chaplain's quite fluffy for this force. He's got Artificer Armour, a Power Axe, and Refractor Field.
Nice.
He's also a Mastery Level 1 Psyker because of the Burning Law, which is a word bearer specific thing. You can make your characters Psykers.
What psychic powers have you given these guys?
So my Chaplain has Iron Arm.
Yes.
And
the other guy?
The other guy, I can't remember the name of the psychic power. This is gonna.
But what does it do?
Basically, it gives them +3 attacks, +3 initiative, and fleet.
Oh, all right, sweet. Oh, we should probably mention Warlord traits. What's this Warlord trait?
Again, right, I'm gonna have to look this up. So the Warlord trait is the one where I can nominate D3 units in my army, and they can have the shred with blast templates, and they can have the shred special rule.
Okay, so you've given 3 of your units in your army the shred special rule. Do you know which ones you've given them out to?
So I gave them to the Quad Mortar and the Arcus Sicarian Strike Tank.
That thing over there. So the Quad Mortar here, there you haven't got any phosphor.
No phosphor because you
Good
need
man.
a Series Breaker for that.
Good man. And then this thing is new. So what is this thing that now has shred?
So that's the Sicarian Arcus Strike Tank. It's
okay.
One of the newer Sicarian variants, and so I've paid the points for Arcus missiles, which are Strength 8, AP2, Heavy 4, and if you don't move, you fire twice.
8 shots at Strength 8, AP2.
Yep.
That is brutal. I like it.
And then I've paid points extra for the Pyrax missiles, which are Large Blast, Heavy 2, Strength 5, AP4, ignores cover, and again, if you don't move, you fire 4.
Nice, and now you got shred as well.
Yes, they have shred.
And shred is re-rolling to wound?
Yeah, real world failed wounds.
I see, I remember the rule. Cool. What else are we looking at? Tacticals? Loads of tacticals? Are these tacticals?
So my 2 compulsory choices are my 2 tactical squads. Both the sergeants have power swords and artificer armour.
Okay.
To the left of them, I have my tactical support squad, which is 10-man Volkite squad.
Cool. What Volkite strength? What?
Strength 5, AP5 with 2 shots.
Yeah.
They're only range 15.
Deflagrate, right?
Deflagrate.
So it can crawl through, basically burning hot shells, and people die, and it makes their bodies hotter and hotter and hotter and explode, and it tends to crawl through and continue to damage. A good horde killer.
Yeah.
A good horde killer. Should be good against all my fearless blobs. We have a couple of rhinos, we have a land raider, we have some cataphracti terminators.
Yeah, so this is a cataphracti command squad.
Yeah.
The one with the chain fist is my standard bearer. And they're going to go in the land raider along with my praetor.
Okay, so that's why you only brought 4 of them.
Yeah.
Spartan, Galva back.
Okay, so in the Spartan is 10 Galvorback. The
Nice.
Galvorback sergeant is got power fist and artificer armor. So for those of you who never played word bearers, the Galvorback sergeant has 3 wounds.
Yeah.
A 2+ save, a 5+ invuln, and a strength 10 power fist. So he's he will knock out most warlords.
These are basically like possessed should be, because essentially they're possessed, right?
Yeah, possessed on steroids.
Possessed on steroids. Have we got anything on the Spartan like extra the dozer blades and all that sort of shenanigans? And...
So because I knew I was playing Mechanicum, I didn't bring any armored ceramite.
Right. Because I have no melter. Yeah.
So it's just got a flare shield.
Okay.
And then the 2 quad lasers.
No dozer blades?
No dozer blades.
There's a lot of terrain on that table.
I know, I didn't. Mistakes were made.
I always immobilise in turn 1. We'll see what happens. So
I'll just command point it.
A couple of Contemptor Dreads. One is command point it. That would be cool. A couple of Contemptor Dreads. One Mortis Contemptor.
Yeah, one Mortis with the twin carries. You should never leave home without one.
No, they are very good in Horus Heresy. And then a Dorado.
Yeah, and then a Dorado or Dodo, as my local club calls them.
I like it.
With the autocannons, the heavy flamer, and the antimanic pervase. It's the strength 6 AP3, doesn't need line of sight, can fire independent stuff.
Antimanic pervasis?
I believe that's the name of it.
You're not just making this up now?
Nope. Definitely not.
So 3,000 points worth of word bearers. We got some psychic shenanigans coming in here. We've got quite an aggressive punch at one end, but with some good fire support in the backfield. I think I should mention that my warlord trait was Master of Mechanisms. So basically I can give one of my monstrous creatures, it will not die, and I'll give it to one of the Thanatars. But that was my warlord trait. I like it. This is a lovely army. Very narrative, very rounded. You haven't gone for tournament-esque type lists here. This looks like an army should look like for word bearers. So let's go into deployment. And we're deployed for this 3,000 point Horus Heresy game, the Battle for Viridia Forge. I won the dice roll to put down stuff first, so I deployed my entire army, and I will get to go first unless Plasma Sam seizes. And I've put the Darkfire cannons on these Castellax. It's like 60-inch range, so I've stuck them here. So Sam put some vehicles up on the other side of the battle grid. Terrain works a little bit differently in Horus Heresy, so the trees are a 5-up cover save. Any barricades, 4-up cover save. Any ruins, a 4-up cover save. We're counting the rubble not as terrain in this. Otherwise, it would take ages for anyone to get from one side of the table to the other. We're just counting the craters, the ruins, and the trees as terrain. So the trees will go around this edge here. That rubble is just there for show. And I've got 8th edition in my blood now, so I chuck loads of stones down. So yeah, supporting the Castellax on this side of the table is a Thanatar and some Uzurax. And that's all I put out in the wilds. And I'm facing quite a lot of guns. The Spartan's got a lot of las cannons. The Land Raider's got a lot of las cannons. There's some Terminators in that one.
Yeah, Terminators in that one.
Is there a TAC squad in that one?
So the Volkite Tactical Support Squad's in there.
Nice. And then your Praetor and his command squad are inside the Spartan, right?
So the Praetor is in here with the command squad, and then this is the Chaplain, the Legion Champion that we forgot to mention, and the 10 Gal Warback.
Right, okay, so that's a right rock there that you're going to probably throw straight at me. So
maybe.
There's quite a lot of dudes here, but there's only one objective out in the wilds before the Forge, and it's this one here. I can hazard a guess where Plasma Sam's going to be sending his troops. All the other 4 are deep in the edge of the Forge here. And my Warlord's down here because monstrous creatures have a relentless, which gives them move through cover. He's got move through cover because he's got an Aviant as well, so they'll be okay. And the second in command, oh yeah, he's up here. And then I put down the Vorax, the Uzurax, and the second Thanatar. The idea is a Thanatar on the right, a Thanatar on the left, for good overlapping fields of fire. And you'll notice that I've kept all my troops off, minus the Castellax, because in battles in the Horus Heresy, Castellax can never score objectives. Everything can deny, but the only thing in my army that can score these objectives are the 2 units of Ad Secularis Covenant and the units of Thalax. That's it. I've got 3 scoring units in my army, so I can potentially score up to a maximum of 3 of these objectives. And remember, they might be worth negative points, but everything in my army can deny. And then in Sam's army, he's got a lot of tactical squads that can score objectives, and the Terminators can score objectives as well. Can the Gavelback score?
No, Gavelback, because they're demons, can never be scoring.
Okay. And then we've got Dreadnoughts ready to march through the Forge here. Another tactical squad there. It's 1 squad inside the Rhino as well.
Yep.
And you didn't bring Dozer Blades.
No, I did not bring Dozer Blades.
Okay, so that's probably going to get immobilized in turn 1. I never bring in Dozer Blades either, really, foolishly enough. But immobilizing is a thing in Horus Heresy. Vehicle damage is a thing in Horus Heresy. Weapons can get blown off, stuff like that. It makes it a bit more tactical, a bit more interesting when it comes to vehicles. They also have armor facing, so it matters which way your vehicles are pointed in. So I kept all my squishy, scory stuff off the table. The Thalax will be deep striking in. Plasma Sam's got all of his stuff on the table, ready to come charging forward. There's only 2 objectives on his side. There's one there. Where's the other one? There was one there. Oh yeah, one in the middle as well. So there's only 2 close to you, so you really need to push forward, but you've got a pushy, aggressive word bearers list, which makes perfect sense in this narrative game anyway, because this is the battle for the 500 worlds. This is the Shadow War. So let's see if you can. Do you want to steal the initiative? Do you want to try and
steal the initiative.
Stealing is bad.
Don't steal from friends.
Don't steal from friends. Oh, that's a bit cocked. We've got a 3, so the Mechanicum will be going first. Do I want to go first? I think I have to go first. There's far too many last cannons looking at me. So let's go on to Mechanicum. Turn 1. Movement phase, very simple over here. These guys staying still. The Uzorax jumping forward and hugging to that barricade. That will give them a 4-up cover save from the shots that come back in. And then over here, essentially, I'm tucking in and away from all the firepower. There's no point charging in yet. Need him to come a little bit closer. So the Castellax, the big robots have tucked into the right, and the Vorax and the Uzorax jumping up and in there. One of these Uzorax took a wound because he used his jump packs and landed in some difficult terrain. Maybe a claymore went off under his leg. And now we're on to the shooting phase. Opening up the shooting phase, my Dominus is going to use Cyberthurgy and override his shooting protocols, giving him right of destruction. I need to roll an 8 or less for this to happen, and that's a 10. That's okay. It means he doesn't fire twice, but if I'd have rolled a double 6 there, then a Malefica result would have occurred. Essentially, there is a sentient mind in there, bonded to the machine, bonded to the noosphere. And on a double 6, it wakes up. It's interference from the Dominus. He doesn't like it, and the man in the machine goes a bit mental and can potentially kill my own guys. But I didn't roll a double 6, didn't get it off. He's shooting only once, and I've got a target-rich environment. It's a strength 8 weapon, so I don't particularly want to drop it on the Land Raider or the Spartan. So let's drop it on the Sicaran. It's a blast template. I'll put it right on the middle. Let's see if we scatter. And that's a hit. This is strength 8. Ordnance. And the side armor of that is...
It's barrage and ordnance.
Yeah, barrage and
ordnance.
ordnance.
Side armor 12.
Yeah, so barrage and ordnance, he hits the side. And because it's ordnance, I roll 2d6 and pick the highest. Am I getting this right?
Yeah, 2d6.
It's been a while. So strength 8. That's a penetrating hit.
Cool.
Yeah, so he's firing straight across, and it might smash into the trees. You get 5-up save, 5-up cover save, because you're obscured, which you don't get. And then now we do vehicle damage, because it burns straight through your side armor, and it's AP2, so let's see what it does to the vehicle. And it's AP2, so add 1 to this result. 2 plus 1 is shaken. So 1 whole point knocked off. He'll be snap firing next turn. That's okay. Next thing I can do is I'm going to run these Vorax that way and shoot the Castellax. Now I want to override his shooting attacks as well. My Patrice Cybernetic range is 24 because I'm cybernetic. He's going to do the same thing on him, but his leadership is 10. -1 because of the right. I need a 9. That works, and that means this Castellax can fire twice. So the Thanatar is firing up and over the building indirectly. If I get a hit, I can hit both of these guys here. But I'm going to scatter the full distance. Here's the first shot, and that scatters 10. That's scattered wide by a long way. Here's the second shot, and that's scattering 7. Maybe I clip the other guy. So both shots go wide. The Thanatar yet to hone in on his target. Now the only thing left to fire now is these 2 dark fire cannons. I might as well fire at that vehicle, 60-inch range. I'm going to roll them independently because they do get hot. So I'm hitting on 2s. Brilliant. And the other one is hitting on 2s. Okay. They do get a save on get hot weaponry in Horus Heresy, so 2 3-up saves. And one of them will take a wound. 2 of them will hit. It's strength 7 versus front. I think I'm hitting the front.
It's Lance, is it?
Yeah,
so it's 12.
So it's just 12 no matter what. So strength 7. We have a glance and a pen. It is -1 to your cover save. You've got a 5-up cover, reduced to a 6.
Sorry, it's just 1 glance. 7 to 12 is 5s.
Oh yeah, you're right. 1 glance. Thank you. 7th edition. 6-up save. Which you don't make. So I've knocked 2 whole points off of that. It cost me a wound on one of my robots. I think they start off with 4. And that's the end of my shooting phase. I've tickled a Sicaran. That's it. That could be better. Mind you, in most cases, my force is hiding, waiting for the word bearers to come on. So let's go on to traitors. Turn 1. Here we are after the word bearers movement phase, an aggressive push into Viridia Forge. Unfortunately, this Land Raider became immobilized. I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry, it's the Dice God's fickle.
The Dice God's, the first vehicle that you move became immobilized. He has pivoted round, but it's going to be staying there for the rest of the game. It's dropped a hull point. The Sicaran's staying still. He's going to be snap firing 1 hull point left on that before it goes out. And now we can see the Galvor back. After the Spartan came forward, they came out of it. We've got a 5-inch charge. It's going to be a 7-inch charge because there's barricades in the way. The Rhino also depositing that tactical support squad there. So these Izrax are in for a world of pain. And then we had some moving over here from the Dreadnoughts and from the tactical squads and from the Rhino as well. No immobilization on this side. So we're onto a psychic phase now. So who's doing what where?
So I roll for warp charges.
Yes.
Which I get 4.
Yes.
Plus 1 mastery level out on the field, so 5.
Okay.
And you get 4 deny the witch dice.
Nice. Okay. I'll grab 4 dice. I remember deny the witch on normal units, not psychers. So what are we doing?
So I'm going to cast Iron. Oh, sorry. I'm going to cast Iron Arm on my chaplain.
Okay.
I'm going to use 3 dice.
Yes.
And I need 1 4 at least.
1 or 4.
I don't get it at all.
Okay, so no iron arm
Oh,
anymore.
so and that was it.
That's the end of the psychic phase. All right, cool. Let's go into the shooting phase. What's shooting at what?
So I'm going to go with the snap shooting.
Yes.
So it's going to fire. It's going to fire twice.
Yes.
For 8 shots.
Yes.
It's going to go after the. Ooh.
Is it right?
Hang on, I do
Senator?
some measuring.
What's the range of that gun?
It is 36 inches.
Okay.
6s to hit against the Thanatar.
Okay, coming at the Thanatar, 6s. And that's a hit, and it's strength 8. I am toughness 8.
So I need a 4.
That wounds. AP minus?
AP 2.
Okay, so a 5 up invulnerable save to this, which I fail. And take a wound?
Yeah,
Is
take a
that
wound.
Nice. So the Thanatar's down to 3 wounds left. Now we're going with the immobilized Land Raider. Now one gun can fire because it moved at combat speed, and the other gun can fire because of power of the machine spirit. So 2 las cannons coming in at the Thanatar, hitting on 3s. And you get a re-roll because they're twin linked. 1 hit, strength 9 versus toughness 8. And it doesn't wound, it just bounces. Interesting.
So snap shoot the heavy bolters.
Yes. 3 shots, 6s to hit with a re-roll because it's twin linked. 1 hit, strength 5 versus toughness 8.
6s.
Doesn't wound. Okay, so the Thanatar is withstanding the fusillade so far, but are we doing the Spartan now?
Yeah, we'll go with the Spartan next at the Thanatar.
And where the bolt was going down into this?
So.
Well, you do have to declare it all at the same time in Horus Heresy. Can you fire and then fire again?
No, so unless there's power machine spirit, the power machine spirit can declare to fire at a different unit.
Okay.
The whole unit's just going to fire at the Thanatar.
The whole unit at the
However,
Thanatar.
the heavy bolters will be snap shooting.
Nice. And this will move at combat speed as well.
Yeah.
So, what is it? It's 2 shots on one side, 2 shots on the other side. So this is 4 lance cannons coming in.
Yep.
This is going to be a beautiful thing. Sure, this will work. I'm certain it'll work. 3s to hit. And re-rolling because it's twin linked. Okay, all 4 hits. Strength 9 versus toughness 8. All 3 wound.
4 wound.
All 4 wound. I need to make a chunk of 5 up invulnerable saves here for the On Messiah. And I fail 3 of them. No command point rerolls in this game. The Thanatar is destroyed. So reactor blast, this thing can blow up on a 6. It does blow up, and the range of that explosion is D6, which is 2. It won't hurt anything around it. So one of my big, expensive anti-infantry, anti-tank units has already gone. Now we're on to the tactical support squad, chucking their guns, their Volkite guns, into the Izrax here. They're in rapid fire range, so this is 20 shots. And hitting on flip threes.
They're not rapid fire, they're just 2 shots.
Are they?
Assault 2.
What's the range of the guns?
15.
Is it? Sweet, I like it. 3s to hit.
And
Got a chunk of hits there. Strength 5 versus toughness 5, so winning on 4s. And that isn't very many. Is that only 4? 5.
that is.
I see 5. And your AP 5,
Yeah,
and I have a 4 up save, so I can make some saves here. I can't make any saves. I'd make 1 save. I fail 3. They do have a 5 up feel no pain, however. And I make 2 of them, so they've got 3 wounds each. So one of them's still alive and 1 wound left. And you wound models on the front. What else we got?
The closest model. So
yes.
Probably, that one or that one.
Yes.
I've also got the Deflagrate, so
yes.
3 wounds that I got through.
Yes.
No, how many wounds did I get? How many unsaved wounds did you do?
Unsaved wounds, including feel no pain?
I believe we.
Feel no pain is another save, isn't it? So 2 more.
So.
And 1 more wound. So 1 more 4 up, and 1 more 5 up. So no, one of them gets burnt to a crisp. So from the Izrax over to here, the Castellax are getting lit up by that Dorado there. So what are we firing first?
So we're going to fire the autocannons.
Nice. Okay.
So these are the Derridale autocannons. They're strength 8 AP4.
I like it.
Hit them on 2s.
Okay.
Which are twin links.
So they all hit. Strength 8. I'm toughness 7, I think. Yep, toughness 7, wounding on 3s. And that's 3 wounds. AP minus?
It's AP4.
AP4, so I have a 3-up save anyway. So 3 up saves. And I fail 1, so it takes a wound. Those Castellax have 4 wounds each, so 1's down to 3 wounds. Any more guns coming in from that thing?
Yep, so the it's not called the automatic face, it's the Ivolos missile launcher.
The what? The what now?
Ivolos missile launcher.
Ivolos.
I don't know how you pronounce it. It's like AIV.
An AI missile launcher, we'll call it that.
Strength 6, AP3, 3 shots.
Sweet, okay.
Again at the Castellax.
Yes.
For 2 hits.
Okay, strength 6, toughness 7, so 5s now.
Nothing.
But that was AP3, that could have hurt. So one of the Castellax takes a wound. We've rolled up, measured up that. Mortis Contemptor is out of range, but this one seems to have a missile rack on his shoulders. Can he actually see something?
No, he can't.
Okay.
Havoc launcher.
Okay.
But he can't see anything.
Have we got any more shots anywhere?
Yeah, so we've got the quad launcher at the back.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Where is he tucked in? Where did you stick this quad launcher?
All the way over there.
All the way in there. Yeah. Okay, so firing in directly, I guess, because there's a big wall in front of him.
Yeah.
You're firing up
unless
really high.
Can't see anything, so...
What's he firing at?
I think I'm going to target this unit over here.
The mess here. So this is 4 shots scattering. We'll do it off camera because this could go anywhere. So iron rained in from the sky. 7 hits caused on these Vorax. Strength 5 though versus toughness 6.
Yeah, strength 5 versus toughness 6.
Yes, but you have shred because you're a warlord trait thing, which is nice. So 5's to wound, and then re-rolling because of shred. And that's already pretty good. That's 3 wounds so far.
5.
Yep, 3 wounds so far. And then re-rolling these.
Nothing.
Okay, so just 3 wounds. AP?
AP5.
AP5, I have a 4-up save. And I fail 1. 1 is injured. While the fire was raining from the sky, this Contemptor Dread ran forward, and that's the end of the shooting phase, because you run in the shooting phase. Now we're onto the charge phase, or the assault phase. There is no charge phase. And the Galvorback declared a charge against the Uzarak. I overwatched, didn't do any damage. Now you need a 7.
Ooh.
Good luck. What could possibly go wrong?
A lot of things.
That's a 6.
Oh,
Command point reroll?
No, I wish so badly.
That's a failed charge, and that's the end of Word Bearer's turn 2. That failed charge could come back to punish them. He has wiped out a 260 point Thanatar there, and it would have been nice to put a disc on top of one of them. Remember this guy here, he fired twice last turn with Cyberthurgy, so he can't fire this turn. His weapons have been overheating, overcharging, so there's going to be no plasma disc of doom coming in. He picked on the right target, but that failed charge could be painful. So the Mechanicum now need to push back. Let's go on to Admech turn 2. Here we are after the Mechanicum movement phase. The Castellax staying still in this corner here, and the Uzarax have jumped up and stayed well away from the Galvorback. I've thought about jumping in this way and charging them in at the Spartan as well. It might be my only attempt to take out that Spartan, but this is a scoring unit, and it's about killing the scoring units, killing what you can kill. So I'm going to throw myself in at the Specialist squad there. Meanwhile, around here, only 1 unit came in from reserve because you need to roll for it. I've already ran them. It's these Adseculari Covenant with the Mitralox. They've ran in here. They moved on. And then my Warlord and the Castellax jumped up there. We checked the Ruins rules. We can't find anything that says that monstrous creatures can't go on the 2nd floor. So they've got up there so they can fire through the windows either right or left. And then I ran the Covenant forward. More pattern bolt cannons, only 24-inch range though, so they're limited on the things that they can reach out and touch. And then the 2nd unit of Uzarax, which were right behind this wall, have jumped up and over, and I need to do some charging. Some charging would be good, and shut down those dreadnoughts. Maybe I should have put them after the troops here, because there's a big beastie there that can come wading in and kill a few of them. Never mind, they're there now. They're going to charge some dreadnoughts. The Vorax pushing through the wall, and the Thanatar moved because it can't shoot this turn. So I'm going to do no cyber third G rolls. There's nothing that's going to benefit me. The Ozarks are definitely going to charge the troops. And in Horus Heresy, you can only shoot at what you want to charge at. So I'm shooting at the troops with my Volkite incinerators. And they're 2 shots each. We hit on 4s, however. We hit on 3s when they punch, but hit on 4s when they shoot. So 5 attacks. I've got 1 dice short. Let's re-roll that one. Should have 10. No, 5 hits. Strength 5 versus toughness 4. And I get 5 wounds at AP 5, so 5 3-up saves. However, he's got a 3-up save, and then you can start tanking it on your Artificer guy, right?
Yeah.
So a 3-up, and then a 3-up, and then a...
Cool. So first one.
Nope. Is cocked. First one's alive. And...
Sorry.
Alive. And dead.
And dead.
And now you can start tanking on your Sergeant, which is a 2-up. Okay. It's 1 guy dies, it's deflagged at a rate, so I may wound again. I may wound again. I don't wound again. Just killing 1 there. Back to the Castellax. Right, that's Sikarin is on 1 hull point left, so let's try and crack it open.
Leave him alone.
No, cracking it open. 2s to hit. And 2s to hit. Didn't get hot this time. So this is straight 7 Lance, so versus 12. So I need a 5?
Yeah, 5.
I need a 5. Yay. And I do penetrate it, so it is dead. Did these things blow up?
Am I getting cover?
Oh yeah,
forwards?
yeah, you're definitely getting cover. So 1 against the glance, 1 against the pen, but either way it's going to die. So 2 6s because it's -1 to your cover save because of enhanced targeting.
So first one, no, and no, it dies.
Do we roll for blowing up in Horus Heresy? I don't think it's going to hurt anything around it, right?
You roll to pen, and then if you get a, what do you AP2?
1 penned. No, that didn't blow up. Oh yeah, because it needed a 6, doesn't it? AP2. 7.
Yeah,
AP2.
7 for to blow up at 6 and AP2.
Yeah. So Sikarin's gone. Basically, it killed Sikarin. That's nice. I like it. It becomes a wreck and stays on the table.
Yeah.
I'm going to need to get some, I don't know, earbuds or something with cotton wool on it.
I've got some explosion.
You've got it's nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Proper Horus Heresy, dude. Right. Let's do some ball shooting. Right, these guys with the Mortal Pattern bolt cannons are only 24-inch range, so they're going to fire down at them, Galva back. And I'm going to fire my bolt guns first. They have 2 bolt guns each, so 2 shots each at this range. I haven't measured up, I can reach out and touch. 2s to hit with bolt guns, and they're toughness 5, right?
Toughness 5.
So these are normal bolt guns, no wounds. And now let's do the Mortal Pattern bolt cannons. They're 3 shots each. 2s to hit. Only 4 hits. And it's strength 6 versus toughness 5, so I need 5s to wound.
3s.
3s to wound. 2 wounds at AP 3, and it's pinning.
Oh,
so 2 fire from guns. I kill 1.
Kill a single gavel back.
Now it would pin them, but you've got a dude.
Yeah, so my chaplain means that my unit is fearless.
Cool, so they're not pinned. Because pinning is a thing in Horus Heresy. Basically, you would have to take a leadership test if there wasn't a chaplain there, and if you failed it, then they couldn't do anything. They just sit there, they just go to ground. That can be quite dirty. Right, over here. These guys are probably going to multi-charge both of them. So let's do the Volkite incinerators. No, they're strength 5, your front armor 13, so they're not going to be able to hurt. So let's not do them. Let's find out what Vorax can see through the ruins and see if I can shoot any of those troops down there. The rotor cannons on the Vorax spooled up, fired through into that ruin there, just killing 1 of the word bearers. That's the end of my shooting phase. That's it. So we're going to do some charges. We're going to do some overwatch. There's no falling back. Once you're tied up, you're tied up. So I think these guys are going to try and charge both. Now what happens is, if I charge, when you charge, charging units get +1 attack, right?
Yep.
But if I do a multi-charge, I lose that +1 attack.
Yeah, if you do it, it's known as a disordered charge.
Disordered charge.
And if you do that, you lose your +1 attack.
Okay.
bonus.
So I think that's worth it to try and stop him shooting. So they're going to do a disordered charge into 2 of them. We'll do Overwatch off camera. And these guys are not going to do a disordered charge because I don't want to get anywhere near them at all. And charge straight at that tactical support squad. These Ozarks are going to need to do some work now. Both the units of Ozarks made it into combat. I lost 1 guy to Overwatch over here. There was a lot of firepower coming at me. So I've got 5 in each squad. And we'll go back down here. So we fight at order of initiative. Now, Uzarak's initiative 2. So you're going first with all your dudes. You can strike me first.
Yeah.
Sergeant's got 2 attacks. Everyone else has got 1. So that's 10 attacks. So weapon skill 4 versus weapon skill 4. So hitting on 4s, which is a pretty good spread of hits. They're angry. But they're strength 4 versus toughness 5. So this is the kicker. And that's pretty good as well. Okay, so a bunch of wounds got through.
Sorry, that was a 4.
Yep. So I need my 4-up saves and 5-up feel no pain, and I make them all.
Loves it.
Nice. So there's one guy in there with claws at initiative 2. They have 2 attacks, but I've got a pair of claws, so I get an extra attack, and I get an extra attack for the charge. So that's 4 attacks with claws. I hit on 4s, and that's 3 hits, and they're strength 5 claws. So I'm wounding on, what am I wounding on? 3s with a reroll because of shred.
They lightning claws, though?
Yes, so
Okay.
that's 2 wounds at AP3, which you could tank on your sergeant if you wanted to.
I'm going to tank on the sergeant.
Okay, so here's a 2-up artificer, and he's
Oh,
dead.
damn.
So he's dead, and another guy right behind him dies as well. And then there's 4 dudes left with power fists. They've got a pair of power fists each, so that's extra attack each. And then they charge, so that's an extra attack each. This is at initiative 1, so that's 16 attacks with power fists. This is going to sting. So power fists are unwieldy, so they hit at initiative 1 instead of initiative 2, but not unwieldy to hit. So I'm still hitting on 3s. 4s?
Yeah, weapon skill 4 versus weapon
skill 4s, yeah. Weapon skill 4 versus weapon skill 4. It's, yeah, that's a thing. So that number of hits, but these are strength, they're power fists, they're strength 5, doubles to 10. So these are wounding on 2s. And I kill that many more. 7 more just get smushed. How many are left?
7.
Brilliant, because if there was one guy left, you may have passed them around. So at least they achieved their mission and killed that scoring unit. Then after the combat, you can consolidate D6 in any direction, or order 6. I've pulled them back here. I had options. I could have jumped them into terrain, but look, there's something very scary there. Or I could have pushed them further up and away, but instead, let's put them behind this barricade here. Let's face it, I can't outrun those Galvo back. They're going to be dead anyway. So, yeah, having some save to the las cannons that are going to come ricocheting in will help me. And now we're over here to these units here. So I'm at initiative 2 and initiative 1, so you get to fight first with your robots. Or should I say dreadnoughts, not robots, sorry about that. So what's fighting first?
So we'll go with the Contemptor Mortis.
Okay. 3 attacks hitting on
4s.
4s, okay.
Your weapon skill 5.
Weapon
4,
skill 4, yeah.
Yeah, weapon skill 4, so 4s.
Okay.
7 against toughness 5.
Yep. So wounding on 2s, that's 2 wounds. 4-up save with a 5-up feel no pain. One of them was already injured. He's down to 1 wound left. You've hurt one. It was on a claws. And then the other, Dorado?
Yeah, the Dodo, they've got 2 attacks.
Dodo.
Sorry, I always call it the Dodo.
Okay. And
nothing.
he whiffs. Okay. So there's 2 claws here going into that, which can't hurt it. Because I'm strength 5 and you're front armor 13, and that's the thing in Horus Heresy. However, there was 1 fist there that can smack him, and 2 fists there that can smack them. Now, I get 3 attacks with these fists, not 4, because of the disordered charge. So let's put the 3 attacks into the Dorado first, the one with all the guns. Weapon skill 4 versus 4, so I'm hitting on 4s with the fists. And I get 2 hits. This is strength 10 versus front armor 13.
Front armor 13.
So I need to beat 13, 10 plus this dice roll. And I beat it by 1. So you do get a 6-up invulnerable save in close combat against this penetrating hit. You need a 6. Which you get. That's brilliant. His automatic fear shielding, hang firm. What a legend. Let's do the 6 attacks into the Contemptor. 4s. Everything hit. And again, I need to add a d6 to a strength value of 10 and try and beat 13. And I get 1 glance and 3 penetrating hits. So 6-up save on the glance. No, and 3 6-up saves on the pen. And you make 1 of them, but it only has 3 whole points, so I've stripped off all the things. On 6s though, it will explode. It doesn't explode. I have killed the Contemptor. The Contemptor falls and the Uzorax clamber over its stinking carcass, traitor carcass. And that's the end of my phase. There's no morale test to take anywhere. You did lose a couple of units here or there, like one tactical squad here and a Galvo back on the right. But that was a bit more successful. Got rid of a Dreadnought, got rid of one of the scoring options. I'm going to lose my Uzorax over here, I'm certain. It's still a long way to go yet. Still anything to play for. Oh, and I took out Sicaran.
Ah, you did.
I did. So, let's see what the Word Bearers do in turn 2. In the movement phase, the Word Bearers prepare to counter-attack. The Terminators have got out of the immobilized Land Raider. The Spartan moved full cruising speed. Handbrake turn, didn't immobilize himself and is eyeing up that Thanatar down there. While the Galvaback, while these dudes are going to charge in at the Uzorax in the middle of the roadway, in the middle of the battle grid. Over here, this unit of Uzorax could be in trouble as well. The Contemptor Dreadnought has turned around to charge in, and this unit of Word Bearers meaning to charge in as well. They've got extra close combat weapons, you tell me?
Yeah, extra close combat weapons.
So they've got additional attacks, so these Uzorax could be in a lot of trouble. They're going to get smushed between a rock and a hard place. Let's go on to the psychic phase. Have you got any psychic shenanigans happening?
Yeah, so I'm going to cast Iron Arm on this unit here.
Okay, good luck.
Sorry, roll for psychic warp charges. I get 6.
6 warp charges, nice.
6, 7, 8.
Okay, 8 in total. How many do I get? Just the 6?
You just get the 6. Yeah.
Okay, so Iron Arm.
So we'll go with 4 dice to try and cast Iron Arm.
Yep.
And it comes off once.
Okay, you can have that. I think they're dead anyway.
And then I'm going to try and cast Smite on that unit over there.
Smite on these guys.
So it's just one charge. I need one warp charge 1. It's rated as a Witch Firepower, range 18, strength 4, AP 2, 4 shots.
Nice, okay. So slightly different to Smite. So you need a 4, 1 4.
And I whiff.
That doesn't work. So he's beef. The Smite doesn't happen. I've got Adamantium Will on these robots anyway, so I've got increases the chance of me to deny the Witch. But that's the end of the psychic phase. We're now going to shoot some guns. In the shooting phase, the Volkite from the Terminators bounced, and then the Land Raider firing at the robots as well, and the Heavy Bolt, we've already done that. That's bounced. But now there's 2 Las Cannon shots in. It has got arc to see them. So 2 Twin Link Las Cannon shots coming in at the Castellan robots. And they both hit. And Strength 9 versus Toughness 7 wounds on 2s in this game. Only 1 wound. I have a 5 up and vulnerable save because I have an energy shield, which fails. And that does A damage?
A wound, yeah.
A wound. So one of them drops a wound. He's down to 3 left. Moving right to left, we're on to the Spartan. It's firing all the way through the ruins down at the Thanatar there. These are heavy weapons, but you can use Power of the Machine Spirit to fire one of them at full ballistic skill, the other one snap firing. So fire away. Good luck, sir. Firing through the smoke.
So these ones are full ballistic skill, sorry.
Yeah. Do you want to roll the 2 6s to hit as well, the snap firing ones? Twin linked. Okay, so only 2 hits get through. Strength 9 versus Toughness 8, you need 3s. And 1 wound, 5 up and Vun, and I make that. The shots go wild. We'll measure up for the Heavy Bolters and see what they can do. I think they're in range. Let's roll them anyway. It's unlikely that you're gonna.
I don't think he's gonna do anything.
Yeah, 6s to hit, twin linked.
Nope.
And then you need a 6 to wound, which you don't wound. No. So the Spartan shots. He was going too fast. He needs to stay still to fire effectively, far wide of the Thanatar there. Do these guys have any shooting guns?
They have bolt pistols and
do
plasma pistols. Oh, sorry, I do have some plasma.
You do have some plasma. Let's fire the plasma. Are you going to overcharge it?
You can't overcharge in this game.
Can't you?
You just roll a shoot. If you roll a 1, you take a wound.
All right, okay. Do you get an armor save against that wound?
You do, yeah.
Okay, all right.
So the champion's got a plasma pistol, so he's going to fire his plasma pistol.
Okay, nice. And it hits. It'll wound on the 2. And it wounds, burns straight through their armour. Mind you, where is he? Because there's a cover thing there. No, so it's good. So I need a 5 up feel no pain, which I make.
Lovely.
Plasma is ineffective. Then let's do all the bolt pistols and the rhino. The bolt shots were ineffective, and then we've got the mortar firing one more time up and all the way over and raining fire from the sky against the tech throwers. I'm going to get cover, right? Because Because I am in a ruin.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you will always, if it doesn't matter, even if I land direct hit, you'll still get the cover.
But this is 4 blast markers splashing all over the place. This could be painful. Let's roll it off camera because it could scatter all over the place. These rained all over the place on the Covenant, and you got 19 hits. It's strength 5, toughness 3. You're winning on 2s. This is going to sting. 16 wounds. I'm in a ruin, so I do get a 4-up save. And then I get a 6-up feel no pain because of right of pure thought, or because of a rule. I forget what it is, but they definitely have a 6-up feel no pain. And I lose 7 dudes. And so there's a mortar-shaped hole in the middle of this blob. Fortunately, they're fearless. They don't have to take morale. They're not going to be running anywhere. And that's the end of the shooting phase. We've got a lot of charges coming up. We've got units here going into the Uzurax. We've got the Galvor back going into the Uzurax. Let's move on to the fight phase. Outside the gates of Viridia Forge, the Possessed, or the Galvor back, make it into the Uzurax. Over here, the Contempted Dread does make it into this unit of Uzurax, but this unit rolled a Snake Eyes and didn't manage to get through into the gap to join their brethren in, to join their honoured ancient brother in. So we've got Dreadnought action over here. I think we're starting over here, right?
Yeah, we'll go with the large number of dice.
Okay, so
Bucket's worth.
initiative high. Who's got the highest initiative and who's swinging first?
So they all have the highest initiative in this combat is 5.
5.
So
Okay,
I think that's my my Gavel back initiative 5, my champion's initiative 5.
nice.
And interestingly enough, my chaplain has a power axe, but because he iron armed himself, he doesn't need to use his power axe. He just can with his fists, and he's still strength 7.
Brilliant. Okay, so where do we want to start? Who's got what dice where?
So we'll do the champion first.
Okay.
He's got on the charge. He's got 5 attacks.
Nice.
No, 4 attacks. It's a specialist weapon.
Okay.
3 base, 1 for charging.
Okay.
So he hits on 3s, but re-rolls because of the chaplain mate giving zealot to the squad.
Okay. And you need those rerolls.
Yeah.
And only 2 hit. Strength, high, toughness 5, wounding on 2s.
Strength 5, 82.
Strength 5, so wounding on 4s then.
Any 6s will be instant death.
Will they?
Yeah.
Don't get any 6s
It's a
then.
murderous strike.
So 1 wound at AP2.
AP2.
So feel no pain. I felt the pain. I take a wound. Right, next up with initiative 5. Lots and lots of Galva back.
We'll do the chaplain next, just
Okay.
to get the characters out of the way.
Yep, okay.
So he does have 5 attacks.
Yeah,
So 1 for 3 base, 1 for charging, 1 for 2 close combat weapons that he's not using.
okay.
So hitting again on 3s.
And re-rolling because of the chaplain. Nice.
All hit.
Winning on 3s. 2s.
Winning on
Yeah.
on 2s.
Everything wounds. AP,
AP is AP2 because he has smash at the moment.
does he? Because of Iron Arm.
Yeah.
Brilliant. So these are all feel no pains then, right?
Yes.
Oh, got 1. I take 3 wounds, so that will kill 1 and put 1 down to 2 wounds. Then the Galval back pile in. We've got 40 attacks coming in at initiative 5 now. This is 2 lots of 20. Weapon skill 5 versus 4 means they're hitting on 3s.
With re-rolls because of zealot.
Oh yeah. That's pretty good. Re-rolling. So how many from the first volley? 17.
17.
Let's do all this damage and then we'll do another 20 if you don't kill them all. So these are strength what?
Strength 5,
Yeah.
rending.
Okay, so you're winning on 4s, re-rolling a wound because they're claws.
Not a re-roller, just 86s will be AP2.
Oh right, that's random. Okay. And there's a lot of 6s. Okay, so do I get a save on these ones?
Yeah, they're AP dash.
Okay, so AP dash, so I get 4 ups on these, and I make 3 of them, and then all of these are feel no pains, right?
Yeah.
You might not kill them with the first volley. I take 4 more wounds, which kills 1 more Uzurax and injures 1 more. Now we've got the second volume of 20 coming in. 3s to hit, and then re-rolls. 18 hit that time, so 5s to wound, 4s to wound, sorry. And 6s do the... Did you get any 6s? I got 1 6 because of the rending roll, and then all the rest are armor saves. Is there a power fist in there as well?
There is a power fist, yes.
So I'm probably going to die. 4 up saves, and then all of these are feel no painers. I felt the pain 3 times, killing one more, putting one down to 1 wound. I've got 2 guys left. And my power fist hit you at the same time as your power fists.
Yep.
Interesting. Let's do your power fist first. See how many more you kill. How many attacks do the power fist guy have? 5. Amazing. 3s to hit still?
Still 3s to hit.
Yep. With the reroll, did everything miss?
It did miss.
That was unfortunate. Okay, 3 hits.
3 hits.
And your power fist is strength 10?
Strength 10, so
nice.
no feel, no pain.
No feel, no pain this time.
And instant death.
Yes. Okay, so that will be no feel, no pain, no armor. You do kill the other 2 absolutely dead. So that unit is wiped out. However, at the same initiative phase, they get to fight back. I don't have any rerolls though. And I am weapon skill 4 versus 5. I hit on 4 still.
Yeah, I hit on 4s.
Yeah. And I hit 3 times. That's all right. Strength 10, your toughness 5. I'm going to wound on 2s. I wound 3 times. Have you got a 5 up and vulnerable save or something?
I do, yes.
But each fail will kill a Galvelback. I can take 3 with me. I'll buy that for $1. Then after the combat, the Galvelback consolidate back behind that barricade there, staying next to their Spartan, next to their transport. Now we are over here. We're going to do the Dorado first. He's initiative 4, striking the Uzurax, and he's going to hit on 4s.
One
hit. He'll wound on a 2. He does wound. I do have a 4-up save, which I make. But now we're on to the Mortis Contempt Dread, or the guy with 2 power fists. How many attacks has he got?
5 attacks on the
5 attacks, and he's hitting on weapon skill 5, right?
Yeah,
so you hit on 3s. This could sting.
Not like
Not
that.
like that it won't. Only 3 hits get through.
2 hits.
Oh no, only 2 hits get through, but your strength really high, you're winning on 2s, no armor, no feel, no pain. This will just kill them. 2 of the Uzurax get mushed. Now one of them has to go onto the wounded model. And this leaves 2 Uzurax left with Power Fist. Now I'm going to attack the Dreadnought with the Power Fist back again because he's going to kill all of these guys. That guy's still locked up in combat. Need to take him out. And unfortunately for Plasma Sam, these guys didn't get in as well. If they had got in as well, you could have potentially wiped out 2 units of Uzurax. That was unfortunate.
Very unfortunate.
But that's what happens when you pray to dark gods, my friend. So I'm hitting you with my Power Fist. I need 4s. And I get 3 hits. Strength 10 versus front armor 13. So 10 plus d6. Nothing. Nothing at all. We are locked up. And the way initiative works in 30k is you'll get to strike me back first before I get to strike you. So you're going to kill them. And I can't fall out of combat. There's no falling out of combat. However, I do have a morale test to make. I lost 2 dudes. So I'm leadership 8. I lost 2 models. So that gets my leadership down to 6. I need 6 or under. Okay, Snake Eyes. They are heroically insane. They will hold up there. That's the end of Word Bearer's turn 2. You wiped out an entire unit. Just 1 unit, which was the unit of Uzurax here. You've whiffed over there, unfortunately. I've killed 3 units so far. You've killed 2. So we are racking up those points. It's 3 points to the Mechanicum and 2 points to the Word Bearers. But the Word Bearers are pressing and pressing and getting closer and closer. Let's go on to Mechanicum Turn 3. Here we are after the Mechanicum movement phase. The remainder of my reserves have come on. The Thalax Deep Struck here. Now the point behind this is that's a scoring unit. Those Terminators there. Castellax moving back as well. If I shut down that scoring unit, that means even if he gets onto this objective with the Galval back on and the Terminators, he cannot score it. I can't score it either. Well, I can score it with the Thalax actually because they are a troop's choice. But the point is to try and stop him from scoring it. And then with my Mechanicum special ability, I heal the 1 wound on this robot here. So I'm trying to push back against the Terminators. Another reason for deep striking in here is it's way away from the Galvaback with their 300 attacks. It'll be a turn or 2 until they get back into close combat. Now, I think when we look at objectives, Plasma Sam should definitely get this one here. I mean, there's a unit of 10 Word Bearers there. There's 9 left. And another unit of 10 inside that Rhino. So he should definitely get this objective. I should get at least one of these two objectives here. The second unit of Ad Secularis Covenant came on. I've already done the run. They've run into that crater there. And the other unit was spread out all over the place. So that's what's going on there. And then my warlord busts through the ruin, and they're eyeing up some choice targets. Meanwhile, the Voraks have continued their push through, and I'm thinking of trying to relieve that Uzarak squad that are getting ripped open by the Dreadnought there. Now, because of my Cybernetica unit, I'm a Legio Cybernetic. These Voraks, I think they're up to Initiative 5. Yeah, they are, which means I might be able to strike and kill that Dreadnought first before he wipes out everything else around. And if I manage to free these guys up or put some pressure here at least, it stops him charging forward and taking objectives off of me. So I need to respond. I need to tie him up. I need to lock him up to keep my backfield healthy and happy. Now, this Thanatar is going to get shot at by a Spartan again, which could potentially kill it. So if he dies, he won't be able to shoot because he'll be dead. So I need to do Cybertheurgy on him one more time. It's 24-inch range. My warlord is here. He doesn't need line of sight because it's just the noosphere. It's just the internet. We're connected on the internet. Leadership 10 -1 is a 9. And that's a 12. This is bad. Double sixes. The mind inside the machine rebels. Let's see what the fleshy part of my Mechanicum construct does. You roll a d6 and you check the table, and on a 4 up, corrosive paradox, the model suffers a single automatic wound with no saves of any kind allowed. He's just raging inside the machine. That's good, because if I've got a 6, what would happen if you get a 6 is he breaks free. He breaks free of the control of the noosphere, and he starts shooting and attacking anything close to him, including my guys. And I definitely don't want that to happen. So fortunately, he just takes a wound. Unfortunately, it does mean he can't shoot. He can't do anything. He's just raging away. Just double check the rules. He can still fire, but only fire once. Takes a wound, and I'm going to drop a shell up and over and down onto this squad here. I do have line of sight. Ballistic skill 5. Roll a scatter dice, and that's a hit. So that'll hit. It hits 8 dudes. I'm wounding on 2s, and they wound. Now you would have a 4 up, a save, but it's -1, which is a 5 up save, and you have to re-roll that save for the plasma shockwave because it's an airburst. It blows up above you. So 5's to save these guys. Re-roll them. Any successes. So 4 passes so far.
1.
7 of them die in the plasma shockwave. Glorious death. Praise the machine spirit. Then the Mauler bolt cannon fires through. Can see that guy there. Only 1 can be taken as a casualty. 2's to hit. 2's to wound. And it's AP 3. So again, only a 5 up save. But you can't pull away additional models. So 1 more dies. Right, we're going to do some more shooting. Plasma Sam, say all that again. That was awesome.
Really?
Yeah.
So this guy here, name is Zeltyre the Unfavored.
Yes.
And the idea is that he, during the Calf Shadow Wars, he screwed up, and Lorgar said, "Take your chapter, go off and die in the heresy somewhere. I
Just
don't care."
go away and die. Okay, you're doing that quite well.
Yeah.
Did he live?
He did. He got lost in the warp, and for those of you who've seen Warhammer and the Word Bearers battle up there,
yeah,
he resurged as a demon,
right,
sort of as a possessed Chaos Lord, and he's now taking this force in the 40k out of the Cicatrix Maledictum.
And that's why you use so much 30k stuff in 8th edition 40k.
Yeah.
Okay, so Lorgar really doesn't like this guy.
Nope, they're never seen on the same board.
I'd never thought I'd say this out loud, but me and Lorgar have got something in common. Let's shoot at him and his unit. Let's shoot at him and his unit with the robots over here. Lance Blind gets hot with the Darkfire Cannon, hitting on 2s and hitting on 2s, and 1 more gets hot, 3 up save, which I save. So 3 hits get through. This is strength 7, so I wound on 2s. 2 wounds, AP -2, So 2 4-up and vulnerable saves.
Do you mean AP2?
AP2, yeah, not AP -2. 6th edition in my blood. Where are we rolling?
We'll just go here.
Yeah.
So 2 4-ups. 1 dies.
One of them dies. You take a blinding test as well. It's a versus initiative, so basically don't roll a 6. And nope, so they are not blinded. And now I'm going to fire with this unit here, the Thalax. The lightning guns are out of range, only 18-inch range, but I've got 2 photon thrusters there. And their lance blinding gets hot as well. And these guys hit on 3s. Okay. 1 hit, but 2 wounds. 2 4-up saves. And they have a 6-up for no pain. No, so one of them takes a wound. One of them gets 3. This is strength 6 versus toughness 4, so this wounds on 2s in 30k.
Yep.
And that wounds. And you take another, it's AP2.
Save it.
Save it, and another blinding test. So don't roll a 6.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's a pass, that's a pass. So only one of the Terminators dying. That could have been more successful. Right. Let's fire some Mauler pattern bolt cannon goodness into the Galval back. First, let's fire the bolt guns down at them. 2s to hit, and 3 hits, and 5s to wound. I get 3 wounds with bolt guns. Do these have 2 wounds each or anything?
These are 2 wounds each, yeah, with 3 plus save.
Okay, so 3 3-ups. And you make them all. And then the bolt cannons come flying in. These are pinning, but you're fearless. 2s to hit because I got enhanced senses. And strength 6, so 3s. They all wound at AP3, not -3. So 4 5-up and vulnerable saves, sir.
So I'll cover because you have -1 to your...
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
Well, cover would be a 4-up but -1. Either way, it's a
5.
5s. 4 5s. Coming up.
Oh, that's only... So 2 are made. I need 1 more dice, don't I? No, so...
1 dies.
Yep, 1.
Just 1 goes splat. And that's it for my shooting phase, because he's out of range, these guys are out of range, and the Vorax want to charge that Dreadnought there. So we're going to go straight on to the assault phase. However, you just lost 25... Oh no, you haven't lost 25% casualties, because that's a unit of 5 right now.
Also,
the character is attached to them.
Yeah. Fearless.
Does it?
Inches. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we're on to the Vorax. Now I need to charge. I've got move through cover, so I won't suffer the -2 to charging. Move through cover because I'm a monstrous creature. I don't know what I need, but I need something good. 5. And I make it in. And this is where we end up after pile-in. Now only 4 of them can fight. I'm strength 6 versus front armor 13 because you always hit the front armor of a vehicle, but I've got rending with the power blade, so I could potentially scratch the surface, or I could give up all of my attacks for 1 smash attack each. So I've got 16 attacks which will be wounding on 6s, or 4 attacks which will be wounding on 3s. I'm going to do the 4 attacks. I'm hitting on 4s, smashing away, and 3 of them get through. So this gets me up to strength 10 versus front armor 13. So 10 plus d6 a time. Can I penetrate? I get 2 glances, just 2 glances. You're lucky.
Lucky.
2 6-up saves. And you make one of them anyway. He dodges right, he dodges left. He only loses a hull point. Now we're down to initiative 4 and you can fight back. Where do you want to put your attacks?
I'm going to kill the unit I've already killed.
The Isarax?
Yeah, because if I kill them, then it frees up him. Because he's not part of that combat over there.
Sweet, I like it. So you've got a lot of attacks?
I've got 4 attacks now.
Because you didn't charge, yeah.
And I hit you on 3s.
Yes. And you hit 3 times this time. Winning on 2s, killing on 2s. Only 2 of the Isarax are dead, leaving 1 left. Interesting. So the one who's left alive will turn around and punch the...
So still got the...
oh yeah, you've got him to do, the Dorado to do.
Because you've got fists left, haven't you?
Yes, just fists.
2 attacks, hits on nothing.
Nothing. Okay, so 1 minute, let me think about this. I have a cunning plan. I took away the 2 Isarax that were still engaged by that Dreadnought with the fists and left 1 left, which is engaged with the Dorado. The reason for this is he can't kill my last Isarax next turn. He'll be locked up with the Vorax. Keeping him locked up, keeping him there, keeping my back line safe, as is the plan. And this Isarax stops that Dorado from shooting. cuts his shooting down. So let's try and kill it as well, in fact. Let's punch it with a 4s. 2 hits, and we're strength 10, so I need those 3s again. 2 penetrating hits, 2 6-up invulnerable saves. And you make neither of them. If I get a 6 on either of these dice rolls, that radar goes pop. No, just 2 glancing hits.
I am immobilized though.
Are you immobilized? Yeah, the 5 becomes a 6, immobilizes you, so any further attacks will hit your rear armor. It's down to 1 hull point left. Now I need to pass a leadership test on my dude. Mind you, no, I did 2 wounds to you and I lost 2 wounds, so I'm okay for leadership. Actually, no, I didn't lose 2 wounds. I lost 6 wounds.
You lost 6 wounds.
6 wounds versus 2, but I also add the. I didn't do any wounds there. So on leadership 8, -4. I need a 4 to not run. I get a 4, I don't run.
Nice.
And we just remembered the leadership test on these guys here. They suffered 25% in the shooting phase, so you'd have rolled a leadership for them in the shooting phase.
Yep.
On the word bearers, which you pass. And now we've got a leadership test at the very end of the turn for suffering 25% casualty, so now you need to do it again. And which you pass, because they're word bearers rolling 3d6, picking the 2 lowest. Word bearers don't care from where the blood flows. It's all good in the name of the pantheon of the gods. And that's the end of Mechanicum Turn 3. I don't think I killed any units. I haven't killed any units, so I don't get any additional points this turn, but I have whittled down this point scoring unit here and holding up this flank there. Not looking so strong at this side of the battle grid. Should have done some more damage on the Terminators. It's still everything to play for as we go to word bearers turn 3. Or is it 3?
It is turn 3.
It is turn 3. Here we are in the word bearers movement phase. There's been an aggressive shift from left to right. The Galval back jumped back inside the Spartan, and the Spartan went all the way forward. It hasn't become immobilized, and it looks like there's going to be a lot of pressure on this objective here. Like I said, they're troops, so he doesn't want them scoring it. They're troops, they can score it. And there's a lot of close combat goodness, which I'm not really going to be able to stop. That's got a flare shield on the front, so I'm not really going to be able to crack open that Spartan. This corner is probably lost, but I have dragged away his close combat nastiness to get here and do this. Meanwhile, all the way over here, he's done a similar thing as well. There was these 2 word bearers with a whole unit of word bearers in that rhino, and he's thinking about this objective as well. Objective secured isn't a thing in the Horus Heresy. They can score that objective, but I could potentially deny it. So he thinks that objective is lost. So the rhino is there, went flat out, and we've already ran it, or flatted it out, and it made its way all the way over there. The goal is to try and nick this one, take that one, be strong in the wastes outside of the Viridia Forge, and give up Viridia Forge, the gates of Viridia Forge, to the House of the Dragon. It's a sound tactic. I think getting these Voraks in combat there and not being able to kill that Uzurax, you should have been able to kill that Uzurax.
Should have done.
But not being able to kill that one has been a thorn in your side, and it has allowed me to hold up that flank there. Very interesting stuff. Still a lot to play for here, so let's go on to the psychic phase. Right, casting the Quickening or something like that, the one that gives fleet and +3 initiative, plus lots of attacks. This guy needs to cast a spell to get the Terminators charging in there. How many warp charges have you got?
Well, let's have a look.
Yeah, 1, oh no. 1
Plus
dice
1.
to cast. +1 for him is 2 dice to cast. Any 4 will do. And he finally passes 1. If I get a 6... No, so that works. He's got initiative, he's got speed, he's got traction. Now we're going to do lots and lots of shooting. Right, on this side of the battle grid, the Land Raider and the Spartan snap firing away, and the Terminators fired in at the unit of Castellan robots, everything firing in. One of them's dead, one of them's taken a wound, and then the guns stop and rearm and repower their las rounds, so the unit isn't entirely wiped out. And then the mortar over there fired up and over, and down to this unit, Bad Secular Alari Covenant, and you got 17 hits, and this will wound on 2s. This could be painful. 16 wounds. I'm in cover. Let's get my 4. We found out that rubble is a 4-up save.
Yeah.
It's in the rulebook and everything. So 4 up, and then 6 up, feel no pains. 6 up, feel no pains. I saved 2 of them, so I lose 7? 6. 6 in that squad, 7 the last time. If it keeps on going like this, Here's the gap that shot made, and that's the end of the shooting phase. We're now into the charge phase. Over here, because you're going through terrain, this is a 12-inch charge, but you got re-roll because you're psychic power. I didn't do any damage on Overwatch, so good luck. And that's a 9. Now the re-roll with fleet. And that's a 9. That's a failed charge. You haven't got them in turn 3, but I think everyone will be dead in turn 4. And then we're going to go back over here to this assault. Now, I'm initiative 5, so I get to swing first with my Vorax. I get to pile in again, don't I?
Yeah, pile in 3 inches.
Okay. So I've piled in 5 smash attacks going in at that guy with the 2 power fists. What is his name? What is he called? A Contemptor?
I don't have a name for him yet.
Okay.
So if anything worthy.
Yeah, let's see if he's worthy. Let's see if I can hit him. Hitting on 4s. And I only get 2 hits. I need 3s or greater to hurt his armor. 1 glance, 1 pen. You have a 6 up in Vun on the glance, a 6 up in Vun on the pen.
Glance. Nope, and pen. Nope.
No.
He's gone.
Well, it's AP2. Or was he? That wasn't this guy here. He's still got 3 wounds, right?
No, he was on 2 because you did 1 last turn.
So he's got 2 wounds left.
So
this is AP2 because I'm a monstrous creature. If I get a 6, he is gone. 5. He's immobilized. 5 becomes a 6. He's immobilized. They're both on 1 wound left.
He's wrecked because he had 1 wound from the last.
No, that guy is the one down to 1 wound, immobilized.
And the last turn you took out one whole point, and then so I dropped him down to 2.
Oh yeah, because I did a glance and then I did a pen, so I took the last 2 hull points off of him. He is wrecked. Thank you very much. At least someone was paying attention. And now your Dorado can fight my Uzurax. It isn't nerfed in attacks when they're immobilized, but it does mean I can run around behind him and punch him in the back. So the Dorado versus the Uzurax, hitting on 4s. 1 hit and winning on a 2. Does wound, 4 up save, which I make. And then the Uzurax will punch back, and this thing's got 1 wound. I'm hitting on 4s. 2 hits. Strength 10. Just 1 3, please. 1 4. 1 penetrating hit. 1 6 up in Vun. The force field hums. It's dead, but does it explode? It doesn't explode, and we have a dreadnought car park there. Parking lot, as the Americans would say. Completely wiped out, and now I get to consolidate. No, you don't consolidate from assaults with vehicles, so those units just stay there. The power of the machine mind overcomes the traitorous dreadnoughts. I get 2 points there because I just killed 2 things. That's the end of Wordbearer's turn 3. And it's currently 5 points to 2 when we look at kill points. Mind you, there's 3 points here that Sam could get quite quickly. So let's go on to Mechanicum Turn 4. We're getting towards the end point of the game now. The House of the Dragon march on. Over in this table, the Thalax, well, we're in range of the Terminators. They're a scoring unit. I need to wipe them out. So what I'm going to do is trying to overcharge his gun so he fires twice. He won't be able to fire next turn, but he'll be dead next turn. So I need an 8. Don't roll double 6s. What is that? That's an 8. I'm going to be firing twice. Awesome. Maybe able to take out those Terminators. We're going to find out. Over here, the Warlord and his Castellax move forward to the centre of the table. That Rhino's empty, but the other Rhino isn't. And more importantly, I need to guard that objective because these Covenant are going to swarm onto it, and these Covenant are going to swarm onto that objective. This dude back here is in 24-inch range of the Thanatar, which took a wound when his machine mind broke last turn. Let's heal him with Soothing Words. I need a 10. That passes. I do heal him with Soothing Words. He's back to 4 wounds. And then around here, the Uzurax, well, there's a unit of guys in there which I need to charge, which I need to nom my way through because they can score. Or, more importantly, make my way all the way back to that artillery piece in the backfield, because if that goes shooting all the way to turn 6, I might not have many troops over here, I need to take it out, which is why I'm spreading out all over the place. Blast weapons are a thing in Horus Heresy games. Meanwhile, the last Uzurax, the hero, has jumped up and over and landed there, and it's going to try and clear them off of this objective. At the moment, he's scoring it. I need to stop him scoring it. I can't score it. He's not a troops, but I can stop Sam from scoring it. So let's go on to the shooting phase. He's got his Defil Great gun, which fires twice and hits on 4s and misses. And then the Thanatar can't... He tried to fire twice last turn. He can only fire once. That's interesting. Let's fire his gun indirectly up and over. No, because I'm not. I could put it on that artillery piece back there, but it's not going to insta-kill you. It's just going to put wounds on the artillery. When you fire at artillery pieces, it only wounds the artillery. So I'm not going to be able to kill it in a turn.
If you kill the 2 guys, then the artillery just gets removed.
Yeah, but you attribute all hits to the artillery piece first.
Yeah, so it's...
So even if I drop the template on them, he's going to be fine. I think what I could do is try and break open that rhino, and then these guys will have some meaty goodness to charge in. That could be a thing. Let me grab a scatter dice. I'm firing indirectly. This may scatter the full distance. That does scatter 3 inches. Assuming that I put the blast over the centre, that's going to be a hit. So it's strength 8, ordnance. Roll 2d6, pick the highest. And that's snake eyes. So that's 10 versus armour 11. 9 versus armour 11. It just soft shell, candy floss. Well, maybe after he was a bit angry last turn, he didn't manage to overcharge his plasma annihilator mortar shell thingy. Yeah, just fired a soft shell. Right, let's do some more shooting. They can't shoot anything, so the only thing left to fire is over here, and I need to take out those Terminators. Firing twice at them, firing once, and it gets hot, and firing twice. Okay, so he takes a wound on a 3-up. Nope, I managed the armor save, and 3 of them hit. Let's get some dice, which will wound on 2s. 2 wounds, AP 2. So 2 4-up and vulnerable saves. Keep your Terminators alive.
Saved and saved.
They are heroes. Okay, so now over here with the... I really need to kill these guys. This isn't... So the Thalax need to do it. I have 4 lightning guns, and I'm hitting on 3s. And they're strength 7. I'm wounding on 2s, and they are rending and shred. Is that 2 rending hits?
It is 2 rending hits.
That's beautiful. 1 minute, let me just double check. That's been so long. Yeah, they are shred rending. So 1 2-up save and 2 4-up saves on your Terminators.
Cool. So 2 4-ups saved and
1 4s.
So standard bearer's close one. He's got 2 wounds.
Has he?
Yeah, so it's down to 1.
And now he needs to take a 2-up for the normal shot. And that passes. Now 2 Darkfire cannons coming in. Hits, and I'm rolling them separately because it gets hot. They all hit. Strength 6, toughness 4, wounding on 2s in this game. 3 wounds at AP 2. So 3 4-up and vulnerable saves.
Cool, first one, saves. Nope. So that will be him gone, and then saves.
Okay, so the standard bearer falls. Not blinded, they pass their morale test. That's the end of my shooting phase. That's the end of my everything phase. Now I need to do some charges. The Castellax robot will try and charge here. And that's a 9. And is that cocked? That's really cocked. Let's re-roll that one. That's still a 9. And then over here, the Vorax will try and charge the Rhino. Yeah. Let's see how far they can go. That's a 9 as well. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Right, the Castellax comes charging in with Hammer of Wrath. He wounds on a 2. That's a wound. You need to make an armor save, which you pass. Otherwise, those shock charges would have electrified everyone and dropped you down to initiative 1. Now your Warlord can pile in and fight first.
Yeah.
Because he's initiative 5, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting. Let's double check this one. So it's majority toughness, but we don't know. There's 2 models, so do you take the highest toughness or you take the lowest toughness or what?
You normally go up. In 7th edition, it was always up. So it's toughness 7.
Cool. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 attacks, 5 attacks with digital lasers, and 3 for my psychic power.
Nice. I like it.
For 8 attacks.
Okay, so your weapon skill much higher than me with your Paragon Blade.
Weapon skill 6, so 3s.
Yeah.
And I can reroll one of them for Mastercrafted because my
Cool.
Paragon Blade is Mastercrafted.
Okay. And rerolling 1. It's a beautiful thing. That's a lot of attacks.
Yeah.
And strength?
5.
Toughness 7.
So any 6s I get though will be instant death.
Are they? Oh yeah, it's a Paragon
Blade.
Blade.
Right.
Yeah. There's 2 6s. I have 6, 7 vulnerable saves in close combat. That's Murderous Strike. That's a dead robot which blows up and doesn't blow up. So he falls. He's initiative 4. He's gone. Then the attacking model piles in, and I'm initiative 1 with my Mastercrafted servo arm, and you're initiative 1 with your fists. Do you want to do your fists first?
Yeah.
This could go horribly wrong. I don't know what you're hitting on, but that's
so I'm
definitely
still
hitting.
5. So.
Yep, 3 hits, yep. And 3 wounds. I have 5 up in vulnerable save, refractor field. And I make 1 fail to take 2 damage. Then I will hit back with my servo arm. Right, just before I strike back, 2 attacks plus 1 for charging is 3 attacks. Those powerfists are strength 8. He's toughness 4. I failed 2 saves. He's dead. You insta-killed him with a fist. More than that, that Paragon Blade would have probably hit and killed him as well. So he's definitely dead. But does he take out a Terminator before he goes and he hits on 4s? And it's Mastercrafted so I can reroll 1. No, he doesn't. He just dies an ignoble death. So in trying to kill your scoring units, it was 5 points to 2. Instead, I've just fed you 2 units, which you nommed your way through, and now it's 5 points to 4. That didn't go to plan.
It went plan for me. That was the plan the entire time.
So I definitely haven't stopped them from scoring this. Mind if I could drop some shells from the Thanatar on them maybe. But it's only 40-inch range. So I think you've definitely got this objective. Oh well, that makes me a sad panda. That happened. That was good. Let's go over here with the Vorax and try and open up this tin can with those word bearers inside. I will smash again. And I'm hitting on... What's the weapon skill of a rhino?
You hit on 3s against vehicles.
Do I? So I get 3 hits and it's strength 10. Your rear armor's 10. So these all pen.
Yeah.
These
yeah, whatever you do will pen.
So pen.
It blows up.
Well, that's to penetrate it.
Oh, right, sorry.
And then it's AP 2. So then this is the vehicle damage. It does blow up. Boom. And it does a strength 4 hit to everything within D6 inches.
Yeah.
And do the guys inside get hurt?
They do. It also takes strength 4 hit.
Do they?
D6 inches for 3.
Okay, so 5 wounds on my robots, which will wound them on 6s.
Yeah, it will.
Yeah? Do you want to roll for them?
Go for it. Oh, look at that.
5 ones. It's a Yahtzee. Well done. And there's 10 guys inside, and they get injured on 4s. Is this how? Are you sure this is how the explosion thing works?
This is how it works.
It seems a bit brutal for you.
No, it's brutal. It's 40k.
No, I guess not. That many wounds, and then you get an armor save still.
Yeah.
So how many is that?
So 4s.
That was 5 wounds.
5 wounds.
Yeah, 5 3-up armor saves. And 1 dies in the explosion. Do they take a pinning test or something when a vehicle goes?
Yes, they get out and then they take a pinning check.
Right, okay. Oh yeah, you put them where the vehicle was in Horus Heresy as well, right? I don't consolidate with assaults with vehicles in 30k, so my Vorax stay there. Then we forgot this assault, so we're just going to run through this one quickly. And the fight versus the Uzract against the remaining 2 word bearers, we rolled off camera because I thought it would be a foregone conclusion. And I didn't do any wounds to the word bearers. And in fact, they turned around and put 2 wounds back on that Uzrax. He's only on 1 wound left. If you kill him in your turn, then you are going to get that objective after all. And I'm going to have to divert some resources to trying to take it back off of you. So these heroes, after watching their brothers die all around them, are holding firm. They're holding the line. And that is the end of turn 4 for the Mechanicum. It's currently 6 points to 4 in kill points. 6 points in favour of the Loyalists, in favour of the Admech. We're about to go into Word Bearers turn 4. So we're getting towards the end game now. It's still a very, very close game. Here we are after the Word Bearers movement phase and psychic phase. Quickening chucked on that one, or the one that does like the quickening. Iron Arm chucked on that guy there, and the noose has closed around the Thalax. The Galvoback piled out of the Spartan before it pivoted on the spot. Pivoting doesn't count as moving in Horus Heresy. And so the Spartan is now aiming downtown straight at my Warlord and his Castellax squad. And it looks like these Thalax are in trouble and this objective is guaranteed. And also, we've measured up. These guys are out of range of the Thanatar all the way over there. And if I move the Thanatar, he only fires 24 inches. So he definitely can't touch them this turn. It is turn 4. This game automatically ends on turn 6. It is not random game lengths. And round here, very good tactical decision making. The Rhino backed up and the word bearers that got blown out of the other Rhino have come piling into this one. That gives me some interesting choices. Now those Vorax would have loved to go after these guys and stop them scoring this objective in the middle of the table. But with my Uzurax over here on 1 wound left and the sergeant in this squad has a power sword, that Uzurax may not be long for this world. And these word bearers score this objective, which means my Vorax has to go one way or the other. Either come back to try and stop him taking this one, or forward, stop him taking this one. And I really wanted to go and have a go at the artillery in the backfield. So they're caught between a rock and a hard place. Interesting stuff. That was game changing, these guys holding up to this Uzurax here. They should be dead, but they're not dead. They're fighting like the heroes that they once were before they turned into traitorous dogs.
You have traitorous heroes.
Do you have traitorous heroes?
Definitely.
Right, so let's go on to the shooting phase. Where are we starting, sir?
Alright, so we'll do last cannons at the Castellax.
He's going to fight my... Basically, he's going to hit my Warlord. He's the closest guy.
Yeah.
Okay, so 4 shots, hitting on 3s, twin linked. This could sting. It stings. And 2's to wound. They all wound. Now I have a 3-up and vulnerable save on my Warlord, and I'm going to take it on my Warlord. And I make them all. Beautiful. My cyber familiar keeping me safe. He's also got feel no pain. Told you he was a tank. He's alright. Throwing the heavy bolter down at them as well. 3's to hit. Twin linked. And 6's to wound. No damage. My Warlord and his unit take the full firepower of that Death Star. And we're okay. Land Raider?
Land Raider. So the unit's firing at the Thalax, and then the Paramachine Spirit's going to last cannon over there.
Yeah, I think after the last cannon's going to hit this guy now. So
twin linked.
Hits. And wounds 5 up on my Castellax. And I make it.
Loves it.
They're unkillable. Brilliant. I haven't done anything this game, but just kept safe really, kept my Warlord alive. And then we'll do the other shots down into Thalax. Then the Land Raider kills one of the Thalax. Now Plasma Sam is firing a plasma from his Apostle.
It's my champion.
Champion in on the squad as well. And he misses. And that means he takes a wound, right?
2-up save.
Okay. Oh, he's okay. He's okay. If you roll a 1 in Horus Heresy, you're not automatically dead. You do get your armor save. That's the end of the shooting phase. Precious little gun. Think about it. The whole of his army is here. Oh no, I forgot. You have got that siege mortar over there.
Yeah, my quad mortar
We're
is
going
to
drop some shells up and over on the infantry one more time.
Yep.
Yeah, I would. This might sting. And the artillery shell splashes down here, killing 4 of the Ad Seculari Covenant. Now we're on to the charge phase. The Galvoback charging in to the Thalax. The Galvoback end up here after charging in, and the Terminators failed their charge despite the fact that they had fleet and had the reroll. These guys really don't want to make it into combat. Anyway, 1 wound caused here by the champion. It ignores my armor. I need a 6-up feel no pain, which I fail. 1 of them takes a wound. And the chaplain only did 2 wounds despite having iron arm. I have 2 4-up saves and 1 6-up save.
It's AP2.
It's AP2. Okay, 1 of them dies. Blah. And then the Galvoback comes smashing in.
Yeah.
They have 20 attacks now, hitting on 3s.
Hitting on 3s with rerolls.
Nice. And they got 17 hits, strength 5, toughness 5, wounding on 4s. That counts. And they got shred, so they rerolled a wound. That was rending. So these guys, I have a 4-up save on them, and I fail a lot. And then add this to it, and these are all 6-up, feel no pains on Thalax. And that kills 1 more and puts 1 down to 1 wound. And the Thalax managed to kill one of the Galvor back when they swung back. Now one of them has a Power Fist, so this is the last attacks coming in. And these hit on 3s with a reroll. Only 3 hits, but these will kill on 2s. And 3 more, because it's strength 10, right?
Strength 10.
AP2, so no feel, no pain. I've got 3 guys left, and that Power Fist kills them all. Then after the fight phase, the Galvor back consolidate away from the enemy, which you can do in 30k. That was a beautiful thing. Slaughtered those Thalax with ease. However, we're now back over here to this Hero Sergeant with his power sword. Can he take out this Azarax on 1 wound left?
Can that hero have the same luck?
Yeah. He's got 3 attacks, and he's hitting on 4s with his sword. 2 hits. 5, and I'm in trouble. 2 5s. Cut straight through my armor. I need 2 feel no pains. That Azarax falls. And so the word bearer sergeant claims his prize, consolidating under that cover there, standing on that objective, shouting out, "You shall not pass." And it was 6 points to 4 in kill points, but because you just wiped out 2 units in the assault phase, it's 6 points each. And we're about to go into turn 5. This game automatically ends in turn 6. It isn't random, it automatically ends in turn 6. And now my Vorax has some interesting decisions to make, to go right or go left. And you right now have definitely got 1, 2 objectives, and potentially you could get a 3rd one there. And I should hopefully be able to clear up these 2 objectives here. So it's as close can be. The battle for Viridia Forge is not over yet. Let's go into Mechanicum turn 5. The word bearers control the wasteland outside of Viridia Forge, but the Mechanicum control the forge, the gates of the forge inside. My warlord moving forward, he knows no fear. I need to try and deny someone scoring that objective. I need to just sit on it. And the Vorax are clambering back up and over the ruins of those dreadnoughts. I need to take out those 2 remaining word bearers behind that piece of cover there and stop them scoring that objective. That is highly annoying. They should be dead. Meanwhile, spreading out a little bit with my guys here, and that's pretty much it. Then in the shooting phase, the Covenant ran, spreading out a little bit, and the Thanatar and the Castellax here fired at that Rhino, trying to open it up. It's down to 1 hull point left, and I blew the Stormbolter off. That's it. It's still chugging along. It's still combat effective. I'm out of charge range here. That's it for the shooting phase. The Vorax need a 6-inch charge to get in on those last 2 word bearers there. And I make the charge. And so the Vorax go charging into the ruins 1 more time, and they kill those last 2 word bearers there with relative ease. And that's the end of turn 5. That's the end of my shooting phase, end of charging, end of the assaulting. And that's pretty much it for these guys. Because it's turn 5 and turn 6, they're not going to be able to get very far. But at least they scored me that objective, secured me that objective. Or rather, they stopped the word bearers from taking it. They can't score it because they're robots. They cannot score. But I deny a point at least. And I do get a point for killing a unit, just 1 unit. So it's 7 points to 6 in favour of the Mechanicum. We're about to go into word bearers turn 7. They've got some artillery. They've got 8 or 9 guys left there. And they've got a strong anti-tank presence out in the wastes. But at the moment, they're only scoring 1 objective in turn 5. I've got 2 objectives, or shortly we'll have 2 objectives over there in turn 6. So it's about positioning as we get closer and closer to the end game now in this War of Lies. We're at the end of the word bearer's movement phase. The gavel back, got back inside the Spartan again, and the Spartan busted forward and did not get immobilized one more time. Remember, this goes on to turn 6. We've still got a game turn, and this gives my warlord some interesting options. I was trying to get round onto that objective to deny it, but there's going to be a chunk of gavel back coming screaming out of there in a minute, and they're in touching distance of that objective and this objective, which is kind of scary. It is very scary. And the rhino with the marines in it has shunted over there. He's shaken, but he can still move. Now that's it for the word bearers. This person, this trait, what's his name again?
Zeltayat.
Zeltayat, who Lorga said get away from me. Well, he's right in the corner of the battle grid. He's securing this objective. He's ordered the Galval back inside the Spartan, and they've gone busting forward. This one is immobilized. That's it for the movement phase, for the word bearers. Let's go into the psychic phase. No psychic to be done, so we're starting off in the shooting phase. The land raider firing down into this unit here with my warlord in it. We've got one lance cannon that can pivot and see right now, so hitting on a 3.
Hits.
And wounding on a 2, that's a wound. My warlord's in front, 3 up and fun. He takes it. And then 3 heavy bolt rounds come punching in as well. The heavy bolter shell's just bouncing now onto the Spartan. He can fire one gun at full ballistic skill and the other one snap firing. Are you going to pick on the warlord or are you going to pick on something downtown?
I'm going to shoot you Thanatar.
Are you?
It's been offending me.
Okay. 2 shots at the Thanatar, twin linked. And they both hit. That's power of the machine spirit there. Wounding on 3s. They both wound. 5 up and fun. And make one fail one. The Thanatar's back down to 3 wounds. Then we'll snap fire the remaining shots. Then the other shot from the Spartan punched into my warlord and took a wound off him. He's finally lost a wound. And then the mortar in the backfield fired up and over, killing 4 more in this Ad Secularis Covenant squad here. And that's the end of turn 5 for the word bearers. Nice, quick and short. He's lining up to get a couple of objectives in turn 6. I'm lining up to try and hold on to a couple of objectives in turn 6, but it's going to be very interesting to see where the Galva back go and whether my warlord can stay alive. This game will automatically end on turn 6, so there's everything to play for here. And remember, these objectives are still random. They're not an automatic 3 points. This is War of Lies. So let's go on to Mechanicum, turn 6. Here we are after the Mechanicum movement phase. The Vorak staying back there, they have done their job, and this unit of Covenant have got up and onto this objective here, and they control that one, and then this unit onto this objective here, which means I control 2 at the end of the game. Now I could have put my Castellax back here to block off the Galval back and try and keep these 2 objectives secure, but if he killed them or sneaked past onto them, then I would have only had one objective. I would have lost that objective and had only this one here. And Sam would have got that objective back there. And because I was defensive with my units, he would have had this objective. He'd have got away with 2 objectives. So I couldn't be defensive. I need to be offensive. I need to lock up or kill the troops choice there. So even if I lose my objective, I still have one. Sam still has one. That's the plan. I need to be as aggressive as possible. My warlord has a machinator array, which includes that melt gun there, or inferno pistol. It hits on a 2, and he misses. Brilliant. And then I've got the Mauler pattern bolt cannons from the Castellax. And they hit on 2s, and they will crack this Rhino open with a 6. I need a 6. That's 6. With a 5, it's a 10, that's a 6, yeah, that's a glance. You haven't got any cover.
Nope.
And that's the last hull point. So the guys come spilling out. And so the Rhino goes up in a puff of smoke, and the whole unit disembarks within 3 inches of the hatch. And that's quite close to my guys for a charge. I am within 3 inches of that objective as well, with that unit there if I fail this charge. So he does need to kill the Castellax. But I've got one thing less to fire. And that's the Thanatar. This is going to be indirect. I'm going to put it on his head and hope it doesn't scatter this way, because it could sting otherwise. And that's a direct hit. I hit 8 of them. We just took a model away because I killed one from before, from my shots before. So there's 9 of them. I hit 8 of them. I'm going to wound on 2s. And I fail 1. It's AP -2. So 7 of them just die in a puff of smoke as plasma explodes above their head. And that's the end of the shooting phase. The word bearers need to pass their morale. They need to hang firm. They're the last troops left on the table. 3d6. Pick the 2 lowest. I'll put 3 dice there and everything.
Oh, you've put 3 dice for me.
Try and be generous.
Aren't you nice?
Don't run away.
5.
You don't run away. Right, the last thing left to do is this is a 7-inch charge to try and take out the last 2 troops. And if I do take them out in close combat, then you can only get 1 objective. So I need to make a 7. And that's a 7. And we end up here. Now my Warlord with his Power Axe and his Machinator Array is actually initiative 1. So the Castellax will strike at initiative 4 and you will strike back at the same time. But first, Hammer of Wraths and Snake Eyes. Don't wound at all. And then I will hit you. I have 2 attacks plus 1 for the charge is 6 attacks in total with those 2 Castellax. They hit on 4s. Only 1 hit. They will kill on a 2, however. And I kill 1 of them. Yep. So Sergeant's winging away.
These 8 power sword.
Yep. 4's to hit. 1 hit. 6 is to wound, however. Doesn't wound. And then the 2 attacks from the other guy because they have an extra close combat weapon. 1 hit. Doesn't wound. So you don't wound me back. I've killed 1 of them. Now my Warlord will swing. He'll hit on 2s. And it's a Mastercrafted Power Axe. So all of them hit, and he's strength 5, so I will kill on 3s. And he only kills 1. I've got a couple of attacks left with the Machinator Array, but he does kill the last scoring option for the word bearers. Then I will consolidate 5 inches. And I'm not running away from the Galvaback. I'm heading towards the word bearers' lines. That's what I'm telling myself anyway. At the end of the turn, he gets It Will Not Die, and he doesn't get a wound back. And that is the very end of turn 6 for the House of the Dragon. It's 9 points to 6. I've managed to kill 9 units this game. And I'm on 2 objectives. This leaves Sam some very interesting things. Does he charge forward to make sure I only get 1 objective? Or does he come after my Warlord? So the closing actions of this battle will now unfold. It's in the hands of the word bearers to steal this. It's 9 points to 6. The Mechanicum are winning, sat on these 2 objectives here, and Sam could have gone after this objective, making sure I only had 1, but his blood is up. The Galvaback see the Warlord of the House of the Forge, and they want to go charging in there, and potentially there's 2 units that he could wipe out there, making it 9 points to 8. And he's hoping that the artillery shells in the backfield can rain up and down and kill this unit of Ad Secularis Covenant here. There's only 6 left. If he kills them all, I will only have 1 objective. So it's still everyone's game to play for. But will my Warlord fall? Let's go on to the Psychic phase. In the Psychic phase, Iron Arm passes. Now we're on to the Shooting phase. What are we doing first?
Oh, so we'll go with this one over here. The
Yes.
Immobilized Land Raider's done nothing all game.
Yes.
It's going to las cannon, or attempt to las cannon that Castellax. I think that's the
Okay.
closest one.
Yep, good luck.
So 1 hit. Hits. Wounds on 2s. 1 wound.
I think from this angle, we're going to need to measure up because it looks like my Warlord's closest. It hits my Warlord. He has a 3-up and Bun, which I make. And then the heavy bolter can't pivot around enough to rain bolter shells into that unit. So that's a save. What else we got?
2 las cannons from the
Brilliant.
Spartan.
Yep.
It's move 6, but it's got power machine spirit, so
Yep.
2 for 4 shots going into the unit.
Yep. Hitting on 3s. And twin link head. So 3 hits so far. With the twin link, that's 3 hits. Wounding on 2s.
Wounding on 2s.
Nice.
2
They all
wounds.
wound. So how does this work then? Does it hit the 5-up and vulnerable save of the Castellax because he's closest, or do you have to apply it to a model that's already wounded?
Off the top of my head, I'm not sure. I've never had this scenario happen.
On a 1, 2, 3, it's the Castellax. It hits the Castellax. So he has a 5 up and vulnerable save. And he takes 2 wounds. He's down to 2 left.
That's 6.
Oh yeah, he takes 1 wound. He's down to 3 left. Then a plasma pistol comes in and injures that Castellax there. And that's the end of the shooting phase. They're still hanging firm. And now we have the shells from the mortar coming up and over and raining down here. This is going to hit 3 of these. 6 remaining ad secularis covenant if you get a hit. So rolling the hit, sir. Good luck. This could be game changing. And that's a scatter. How far does it go? 8 inches. It's gone.
It's gone.
Now, you might be able to chain it back again with a bunch of hits, but that's unlikely. Wasn't able to chain the shots back again, so this unit breathes a sigh of relief. The shells thump away in the distance. That's the end of the shooting phase. We're now to the charge phase. My warlord could be in trouble here. The Galvorback comes screaming into close combat and managed to wound 1 on the way in on Overwatch. Now let's fight. Where are we starting?
So we'll go with the champion again.
Yes.
And he's going to do his 4 attacks into your base contact with the warlord.
Is he?
Yeah.
Okay, let's bring it. 4 attacks hitting on.
My weapon skill is 6.
I don't know what mine is. My weapon skill is 4, so hitting on 3s.
Rerolls because Zealot.
Yes.
So all hit.
They all hit. And your strength?
I am strength 5.
I'm toughness 6, but 6 is instant death, right? Oh dear. So 5's to wound. 1, 6. 1 3 up and vulnerable save. I can't take feel no pain on instant death weapons. Basically a 3 up and he's alive. A 1 or 2 and you slay my warlord with a paragon blade. Can your warlord be a hero? No. Who's fighting next?
So we'll do the chaplain's going to use his power axe this time because it gives him strength 8, which means he'll wound you on 3s rather than 4s.
Okay.
But he'll hit initiative step 1.
Okay.
And the Galvorback are just going to tear things apart.
And they're initiative 5, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do them next then. And they're 5 attacks each. How many have we got left here with the claws? 4?
There's 1 power fisted sergeant and 3 normal guys.
Okay. So 15 attacks from the Galvorback at initiative 5. Hitting on 3s. And
with
then
rerolls.
Yeah. That reroll every time is painful. And are these hitting the unit of robots?
So it just hits the unit.
Yeah,
it?
yeah. And your strength 5?
Yeah. So do you have to take on the warlord now because he's been wounded?
I guess, yeah. We didn't declare any what is it called? Challenges and stuff.
No, we did
So
not.
the warlord is wounded. So yeah, all the attacks can go back on him. So strength 5 versus toughness 6, wounding on 3s.
4s.
Mind you, that robot's on 2 wounds. No, put it all on my warlord. I'm happy. He's got 3 up and vulnerable save. He can take it. I can take it. I tell you, he won't die. And you're strength 5.
I'm strength 5. Yes.
I'm toughness 6. So how much you get?
I got 3 6s. AP 2.
Are they? 3 up in vuns. Easy.
Tanks it.
Nice. Anything left at initiative?
No.
So my robots are initiative 4. I will punch you. I'm hitting on 4s. 2 hits. I'm strength 6, so I'm wounding on 3s. 2 wounds at AP 2. One of them's already injured.
I saved 1, so 1's going to die.
1 gets smushed. Did you put on the power fist guy who's yet to fight?
No, I did not put them on the power fist guy.
You could if you want to. That's
that
fine.
would be silly.
Right, then you've got an axe guy and you've got a champion?
Yeah, I think it's known as a Dark Brethren.
Okay, Dark Brethren. Do you want to swing away with it? How many? You've got like 18 attacks, right?
So 5 with the chaplain and then 5 with the...
Oh, right, yeah. It was the other guy with all the attacks. Yeah. 5s. Hitting on 2s, 3s, 4s, 7s.
So hit on 3s.
Hitting on 3s. Rerolling the hit. 3 hits. Strength?
This is the chaplain, so strength 8.
Okay, toughness 6, wounding on 2s. 3 wounds. 3 in ones, of 3 up. And a 5 up, feel no pain. he takes 2. He takes a wound. He's down to 2 left, my warlord. And now we're at initiative 1, right?
Yeah.
So you can go first with your Galvaback guy with the fists. And that's 4 hits. Strength.
So 10.
Toughness 6. Wounding on 2s. 3 wounds.
AP2.
3 wounds. AP2. So 3 up and vulnerable saves. You've got 2 more to get through to kill my warlord. And he lives. And he's got feel no pain. He definitely lives. He's still on 2 wounds left. And then he's going to turn around and swing that guy in front of him with the axe. Now he's got 3 attacks and he's going to hit on 4s. And it's mastercrafted. And it's a power sword, so he'll wound on 3s. It doesn't wound. Then the Machinator Array will do its thing, which will hit on 4s. And it'll wound on strength 5, so it'll wound on 3s with a reroll. So it wounds.
Strength 5 against toughness 5.
Okay, it doesn't wound. So at the
Reroll.
end of all of that, oh yeah, reroll.
It does wound.
It does wound. AP2.
AP2, so 5 up in bun. Nope.
Scratch the surface. So at the end of all of that, we scratch each other. I'm fearless.
I'm fearless.
So we're just locked up. And that's the way game turn 6 ends. Us in a swirling melee near the centre of the table. So that's the end of game turn 6. The fight in the centre continues. I have 2 objectives. You have 1 objective. The only secondary objective in this game is slay the warlord, which we didn't manage to do. So it's 9 points to 6. You didn't kill a unit over there, I'm afraid. And now you need to roll a d6 points for this objective here. d6 to see what you score. 5 is plus 3 victory points. So it is now 9 points each. If I get a 6, it's going to be minus d3. So it's 9 points each. And whatever I do, don't roll a 6. I roll a 1. That's no victory points. It's still 9 points each. So it's 9 points each. Basically, if I roll a 1, it's a draw. If I roll a 6, you win. Anything else, I win.
Okay.
Simple as that.
That's
Okay?
Come on,
You've
roll
got a
a 6.
1/3 chance of winning here. 1/3 chance of at least drawing or winning. I never roll 6s. It won't be a 6. I rolled a 4. That's plus 2 victory points. It's 11 points to 9 in favour of the House of the Forge. It's a win for the Mechanicum, and this is the way the world ends. Somehow I won that game after not playing Horus Heresy for a long time. However, it came down to the last dice roll of the game. That was awesome. I really enjoyed myself. These guys not dying, just hanging in there with shell after shell raining down on them. My warlord was a bit of a tank. Finally got in combat after running away from you, but he did manage to tank it. I was quite pleased by how he performed. I was very pleased by how the Vorax performed. How did it go for you, Sam? What do you reckon?
So I've played Mechanicum a couple of times. It's a very different list. This is full of armoured transports and stuff.
Okay.
So I would have thought you'd be quite slow, but apparently not. Apparently you're quite fast even on your feet.
Yeah, I think, it's the monstrous creatures don't suffer the penalty for going through cover, right? They've got that relentless thing.
Yeah.
And then what adds the speed is the Thalax and the Uzurax. The Uzurax are 12 inches. The Thalax can jump around all over the place. It gives me a bit of speed. I really like the idea of an army full of monstrous creatures, so that's why my army is full of monstrous creatures. So the first time you played an army like this?
Yeah, definitely first time.
Cool.
The amount of toughness 6 and above that you just can't instant kill is it's very, very strong.
They are very tough. But my dead pilot is rather spectacular. And there were some heroic things going on there. Sergeants hanging out, and that was awesome. I might have to revise my viewpoint on 7th edition from the Horus Heresy, because I really enjoyed that. And the narrative just plays itself. You don't have to add much to it because it is the Horus Heresy. Everything comes with its own backstory. However, in our little fight, the gates of Viridia Forge hang firm. It's a victory for the Loyalists this day. Couple of shout outs. Battlemat from GameMat.eu. If you want some more Winter's SEO battle reports, go to deploymentzone.tv. And thank you so much, Sam, for coming down. Thank you to everyone for watching. Happy wargaming.